Okay. Probability. I hope you know what is a experiment, random experiment. Might have studied probability, even area and volume. So now we shall see probability. First, I am explaining sample space. So sample space is all possible outcomes. If you have an experiment in probability, few terms I use: experiment, event, sample space, and all. So sample space is set of all possible outcomes. For example, tossing a coin, you will have two possible outcomes: head or tail. For die, you will have a six possible outcomes. So the set of all possible outcomes is the sample space. I hope you know this. You might have studied in your school. So we will see problems. We have different problems. So we will see problems. Before that, I have few formulas here. So for an event, P of E is equal to N of E by N of S. That is, E is event. I'm taking here E as an event and S is the sample space. So probability of an event is N of E by N of S. Number of possible outcomes, all possible outcomes, that is N of S, and N of E is the possibilities for that event. Possibilities for that event, N of E, and total possible outcomes is N of S. Probability of occurrence of an event, P of E is equal to N of E by N of S. This is the basic formula you will be using for many of the problems. This is very basic. You will be using this. Okay, next one. So some more formulas here. The probability of sample space is always 1 because sample space has all possible outcomes. So its probability is 1. And for any event, the probability will occur always lie between 0 and 1. These are basics. You might know this. Anyway, I am repeating. Probability of A union B is equal to probability of A, P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. This is again a formula in probability. A and B are two different events. I repeat, A and B are two different events. If you want to find P of A union B, P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. And P of A bar is equal to 1 minus P of A. That is, if A is the event, if you want to find when A does not occur, then it is 1 minus P of A. Clear? Here with these 3 slides, what is sample space, what is the probability of occurrence of an event, and these 3 formulas. Okay. We will have in problems, we will have coin, tossing a coin, die problems, and cards, and few more questions. Okay. The first question. First few questions are very easy. You can easily solve and tell the answers. Two coins were tossed. What is the probability of getting at most one head? At most one head. First, I will see how many of you are giving the right answer, and then I will explain what is at most and at least. Hope you know. I hope you know what is at most and at least. Here it is mentioned at most one head. One by 4, 3 by 4. Why, guys, so many answers? Okay. We will see. At most one head. So maximum one head. At most maximum one head. So 0 head, 1 head. 2 head is not allowed because at most maximum one head is allowed. So the event is this TT, tail, tail, head, tail, tail, head. So N of E is 3, N of S is 4. Sample space is 4 and event is 3. So 3 by 4. Here at most maximum one head here. So at least means minimum. At most 2 heads, 2 or less, not 2 or more, 2 or less. at least 3 heads, 2 or more. Clear with at least and at most? Is it clear, guys? At least and at most. It is very basic. Don't confuse with this. Okay. Sample set for single throw of a die. These are regarding die. So single throw of a die, this is the sample set. You will get either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. Okay, any one of these 6. When 2 dice are thrown, the possibilities are here. Is there any problem? Is now my screen is visible now or not, guys? Because I could see someone else is presenting. Visible or not visible? I'm getting both. Okay, not visible. Few minutes, guys. I hope it is visible now. Okay. So this is the sample set of for a single throw of a die, and this is when 2 dice are thrown. The possibilities for uh, the combinations for 2 for getting to only one combination 1 comma 1. I hope you people know this. For 2, only one possibility 1 comma 1. For 3, it can be 1 comma 2 or 2 comma 1. 2 combinations. 4, 1 3, 1 comma 3, 2 comma 2, and 3 comma 1. So it will come like this. For 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then decrease 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Are you able to understand this? I am writing just what are the combinations. The number of combinations I am writing, I didn't put the combinations itself. For 2, you will get 1 comma 1. So I have here 1. For 3, 1 comma 2, 2 comma 1. So 2. Clear? For single throw of a die, this is the sample set. And for when 2 dice are thrown, I haven't displayed the sample set, but the combinations for getting each number. For 2, it is only one combination possible. For 3, 1 comma 2, 2 comma 1. So it is clear. It is clear now. Okay. 2 dice are thrown simultaneously. What is the probability of getting 2 numbers whose product is even? I repeat, there are few very easy questions also, but I don't want to add here. They are very direct, so I'm going like this. Getting 2 numbers whose product is even. Please find out, guys, what is the answer. The total sample set is N of S is 36. 1/6, 3/4, 3/4, 3/4, 1/2. Okay, the answer 3/4. Now my screen is visible, right? Because you are presenting in between, so it was irritating, guys. Okay, okay, okay. Again, share. Guys, please don't share your screens in between so that my screen is not visible. Please don't do that. Okay. Yes, guys, please do that in my screen so that you could see my screen. So the answer is 3/4. So product is even. So you'll get 27 possibilities. That is occurrence of an event N of E will be 27. So P of E is equal to N of E by N of S. 27/36. So I am finding the 27 like this. So for a product to be even, I am taking the first one as even number 2, 4, 6. So 18 combinations. While for the second if I take 2, I should not repeat the same combinations here. So I am leaving out them. So I am getting 27. You might have some other way, easy way to do. If you have so, you can go. Otherwise, you can follow this. Okay, guys, next question. Okay. Two dice are thrown together. What is the probability that the sum of the numbers on the two faces is divisible by 4 or 6? See clearly, the sum is divisible by 4 or 6. Say again, the n of s is 36, but find n of e and p of e. The question is, the sum of the numbers on the two faces is divisible by 4 or 6. I hope this will be useful. So divisible by 4 or 6 means you have to get 4 or 6 or 8 or 12. So add this combination, add the number of possibilities for this and divide it by 36. That is your answer. No one is trying. See, I will repeat the question. Sum is divisible by 4 or 6. Sum is divisible by 4 or 6. So I have put here, if you want to get sum of 2, 3, 4, these are the possible combinations. So to be divisible by 4 or 6, you can get 4 and 6. 8 is also possible, divisible by 4 and 12. So these 4, add the possible combinations of these 4 and divide it by 36. You will get the answer. 7/18. Let's see. Yes, it's 7/18. You get 4, 3 combinations, 6, 5, 5 combinations for to get 8, 5 combinations to get 12, one combination. So adding this, you will get 14, 14/36, 7/18. Correct. Next one. Okay. Now we are going to see cards. Clear with dice and coin. So if any doubts or if you have any difficult problem to solve, please do post here. Just one thing is you have to apply the formula P of E is equal to N of E by N of S. For this cards, one card is drawn at random from a pack of 52 cards. What is the probability that the card drawn is a face card, Jack or King or Queen? 3 by 13. Let's see. Okay. Any other answers? I again repeat, the total possibility is N of S is 52. You are drawing only one card. So N of S is 52. And you have to see Jack or King or Queen. So total cards N of S is 52. N of E, that is Jack or King or Queen, you will have 12. So each 4. So 12 by 52, 3 by 13. These are very basic problems, guys. Okay, shall we proceed further? I hope many correct answers, okay? Okay. You have to do some work for this problem, bit different. One card is drawn at random from a pack of 52 cards. What is the probability that the card drawn is either a red card or a king? Either a red card or a king. Red card, there are around 26 red cards. King, 4 kings. But you can't directly add 26 plus 4. Not it's not 30 because in those red cards 2 kings are there. So you have to subtract that. It's like A union B is equal to A plus B minus A intersection B. It's like that. So you will have 26 red cards. In that 2 kings are there and other 2 kings. So it is totally 28. 7 by 13. Yes, it is. Red cards 26, king 4. But in this red card, we have 2 kings. So it is 28. So 28 by 52. 7 by 13. Clear, guys? Okay. From a pack of, screen isn't again visible. Mohsen Ali, screen is not visible. I hope others could see my screen. Please check once. Others? Yes, my screen is visible. Yes, okay. Okay. From a pack of 52 cards, 2 cards are drawn together at random. Please do note here 2 cards are drawn, not a single card. What is the probability of both the cards being kings? So sample space is not 52 here. Again, I repeat, sample space is not 52 because you are drawing 2 cards. So it is 52C2 combinations. That is your sample space. 52 is not directly your sample space. N of S is not 52. 52C2 is your sample space. That is choosing 2 from a bunch of 52. You have to put combination formula to get N of S. And again, you have to find N of E. That is for kings. For kings, it is, I think, 52C4 you will get. Okay, let's see. 52C2. And selecting 2 kings from 4, you will have again combinations. 6. Clear? 1 by 2, 21. Okay. Next question, guys. 2 cards are drawn from a pack of 52 cards. The probability that either both are red or both are kings. I repeat, this is a mix-up of last two problems. Last problem is picking two cards and getting both kings, and previous one is single card red or king. Here I have mixed it, two cards both red or both king. Try this. Anyways, I will explain the answer. First, you have to find the n of s will be same 52c2. For n of e, you have two events here. First event is getting both red. Second event is getting both king. So you have to make union. That is E1, E2 union. That is n of E1 plus n of E2 minus n of E1 intersection E2. You have to find all. Okay. Here E1 okay. First I am taking first event E1, both are red. So both are red. So I think I have made mistake or no. Okay. Yes, both are red. 26c2. You have to draw two cards from 26 red cards, and both are kings. 4c2. Then both red or kings, that is asked. P of E1 union E2, that is asked. So there is an intersection between these two. So you have to subtract that. So P of E1 is getting both red. P of E2 is getting both king. You might also get both red kings. So you have to subtract the intersection. Okay, you might get both red kings. That is both possibilities. So you have to subtract. This is the formula. P of A union B is equal to P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. (55 by 221). Are you getting this answer or any doubt in this? Intersection is 2. How come? You have to choose two cards. So n of E1 red card contain two king. Yes, if both are to be red, that is only one possibility. I repeat, n of E1 intersection E2, that is both red kings. There is only one possibility. Both kings of both red. How can I tell this? Okay. Hearts, king of hearts 1 and king of diamond 1. So if you draw two cards, that is only one possibility. That is only one possibility. If you are doing, if you are drawing two cards, one diamond king and hearts king. So that's it. Clear again. That is, you will get only one possibility if both are red kings. Okay. This one is little different. Please note this. A box contains 5 green, 4 yellow, 3 white marbles. 3 marbles are drawn at random. What is the probability that they are not of the same color? So you have to draw 3 marbles from a bunch of around 12 marbles. From 12 you have to choose 3, and they should not be of the same color. So first you find what is the possibility that all are same color, and subtract it from 1, you will get the answer. You don't do it directly, it is difficult. So first find the probability that they are of the same color and subtract it from 1. It's like P of A bar equal to 1 minus P of A. That rule you have to apply. Any answers for this? 3 by 22. Okay. Any other answers? 3 by 11. Okay. We'll see. I'm getting 41 by 44. How come? We'll see. Sample space. That is, you have to choose 3 from 12. That is your sample space. Your sample space is choosing 3 from 12 marbles. 3 marbles from 12. So I'm getting 220. Not same color. So 1 minus, even in that also you will get different combinations. All 3 green or all 3 yellow or all 3 white. So 5C3. That is, if it is all green. If yellow, 4C3. If white, 3C3. So it is, so OR means I'm adding. So I'm getting around 15. You have to subtract then. Is there any mistake here, or what you people have done? I don't know. How did you get 3 by 11? Someone explain, or you understand the answer? 425 by 440. I repeat, sample spaces 20 and all same color. So it can be green. So you have 5 green and all green. So 5C3 or 4 yellow. So you can choose 3 yellow, 4C3 or 3 white. You can choose all the 3. So I'm getting around 15. Clear, guys? Or any mistake in this calculation or in yours? $440. Okay, 12, 11, 10 by 1, 2, 3. 12, 11, 10. No, I think 220 only you will get. Is it 440? Okay, okay, okay. Okay. I think you missed 2. Okay. Next one. Okay. 4 persons are chosen at random from a group of 3 men, 2 women, and 4 children. 4 persons are chosen at random from a group of 3 men, 2 women, and 4 children. The chance that exactly 2 of them are children is. So first I will explain how to solve. Uh, Let us, I will give clue, you solve, and then we will see the answer. So sample space here is, you have totally 9 members. So you have to choose 4. So 9C4 is your sample space. I repeat, 9C4 is your sample space. And then the chance that exactly 2 of them are children. So exactly 2 are children means remaining 2 will be either men or women. So the possibility is uh, the event occurrence N of E will be, you have to choose 2 children. So 4C2 and remaining 2 either men or women. So it is 5C2. So 4C2 into 5C2 will be your N of E. And give me the answer. Clear, or otherwise I will repeat. If anyone wants me to repeat, I will repeat. Shall I repeat, or you people are solving? 10 by 21. Any other answer? 10 by 21. Okay. 10 by 21. Sample space, selecting 4 from 9. You have to select 4% from a group of 9. So 9C4, this is your sample space. And the event is 2 children, exactly 2. It is not at least or at most, it is exactly 2. 2 children out of 4. Other 2 will be definitely men or women. So choosing 2 children out of 4, that is 4C2. Kavya, please mute. Kavya, who's Kavya? Please mute, or otherwise admin, please mute. Okay. 2 children out of 4. So 4C2 combinations. Other 2 men or women. So men or women is totally 4. So 5C2. 60. So 60 by 126. 10 by 21. Okay. Good. Correct answers are there. Okay. I think few more questions are left, I think. Okay. A box contains 20 electric bulbs, out of which 4 are defective. 2 bulbs are chosen at random from this box. The probability that at least one of them is defective. Here a condition is given, at least one of them is defective. So the possibility is 1 defective, 2 defective, 3 defective, or all the 4 can be defective. Sorry, you are doing only 2. Okay. So 1 defective, 1 good bulb, or otherwise both are defective. So at least 1 means you can find it like 1 defective or 2 defective. For 2 conditions you find and then add. The other easy way is 1 minus probability of none is defective. That will be the easy way. I repeat, at least 1 is defective means you can find easily like 1 minus probability of nothing is defective. Okay. For probability of nothing is defective, you have to find the combination. First sample space, that is 20C2 is the sample space. That is 20 bulbs. You have to choose 2. That is your sample space. None is defective means 16 non-defective bulbs. So 16C2 will be your N of E. Find and then subtract it from 1. 1 by 5. Any other answer? Seven by 19. Okay. 7 by 19. Yes. Selecting 2 from 20, that is your sample space, 20C2. So at least 1 is defective means 1 can be defective, or both bulbs you drawn are defective. So it is 1 minus probability of none is defective. So you will get, you have to choose 16 non-defective bulbs. From 16, you have to choose 2. That is your N of E. And you have to divide. This is your probability of none is defective. You have to subtract it from 1, and then you will get 7 by 19. Clear? Clear with this problem? Okay. 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 I have left only one formula from the. I haven't used one formula for any of the problems, and that formula you will be using for this to find out. So I will first read the question. A speaks truth in 75% cases and B in 80% cases. In what percentage of cases are they likely to contradict each other, narrating the same incident? I repeat, A speaks truth in 75% cases, B in 80% cases. They are likely to contradict each other. What percentage of cases they are likely to contradict each other? Narrating the same incident. So for this, they have to contradict means it is like A is speaking truth, B is lying. So A B bar or A bar B. So you have to use this formula. That is, one possibility is A is speaking truth, B is lying. So it will be A B bar. Probability of P of A into P of B bar, or P of A bar into P of B. Find the answer. Answer. 10th question answer. Okay. Is this clear now? Do you have any doubts, Srimati? Others answer for 11th one? Okay. Or shall I explain the question again? Okay. A speaks truth in 75% cases, B in 80% cases. So, in what percentage of cases are they likely to contradict each other? So, if A is speaking truth, B is lying, or B is speaking truth, A is lying. So, A B bar or A bar B. So, find P of A is 75%, P of B is 80%. You can take it like 0.75, 0.80, or you can take in fraction. Any way you can do. Finally, you have to do P of A into P of B bar plus P of A bar into P of B. No one wants to answer. I will wait for someone to answer. 0.25. That is 25%, 35%. Okay. Okay. That's 35%. Why people are getting 25%? Okay, first I explain. P of A 75%. So P of A bar is 1 minus P of A 25%. P of B 80%. P of B bar 1 minus P of B. So 1 minus 80%, 20%. That is 100% minus 80%, 20%. So probability of A and B contradicts. So A is speaking truth, B is lying, or A is lying, B is speaking truth. So P of A into P of B bar plus P of A bar into P of B. So I'm taking in fractions and I'm getting 35%. Clear? Okay. I have two more problems in probability and very another two problems in area and volume. So before going to those last two problems, I just want to recall these problems. First, we have seen problems with coins. Problems with coins can be asked in any manner. Try to apply the concept. You can't expect directly. It can be any way. You have to apply the formulas and the possibilities. Okay, don't expect direct questions. Yesterday, many were not able to solve permutation and combinations or problems given in the test because they are not direct. So you can't tell that as a reason. You have to apply. Okay, this is coins. Then single die, two dice are thrown. In that, product can be asked. So I will tell the possibilities. Product is even, product is odd, or sum is a prime number. Sum is a prime number that can be asked. uh, sum is a prime number can be asked. Otherwise, uh, divisible by 4 or 6. So divisible by 4 or 6 means it can be 4, 6, 8 or 12. So divisibilities can be asked. And that's it with dice. If any other different question is also given, that is any different condition is given, try to solve. The point is this: you have to find n of s, n of e, and you have to divide it. That's your answer for dice problems. For anything, you will be mostly using that formula. And this is cards, one card drawn, and it can also be two conditions, either red card or a king. So it might have intersection also. So if you see red card 26 and the kings 4, you can't directly add 30 red cards and kings. In red cards itself, you have two kings, so you have to think that also. And two cards drawn, only one condition, both being kings. Two cards drawn, both are red or both are kings. So two conditions. Yeah, marbles or balls, any type of problem can be asked in this way. So combinations play a major role here. So you have to put combinations for a sample space and other things also. So be sure with combinations formula. And here again, a condition is given. Two of them are exactly children. And here one of them, at least one of them is defective. So you have to see which way is easy to solve. So at least one of them is okay. I will repeat Srimati, question number 7. Okay. So at least one of them is defective means either one can be defective or the two bulbs you have drawn, both are defective. Both bulbs are defective or at least one is defective. So you can think like 1 minus probability of none is defective. That will be easy. And this is using complements. One contradicts each other like that. So in the similar way, I am telling you another problem also. I don't know exact numbers. The problems can be like this. Two friends are there. One has the probability of getting selected in an interview, and other has a probability of some number for being selected in an interview. So, what is the probability that at least? What is the probability that only one of them is selected? Something like that. An interview question is also there with complements like contradiction problems, interview problems, few more problems also there. The formula is same. That is P of A B bar or P of A bar B. Okay, question number 7, answer intersection. Okay, I repeat. Okay, E1 intersection E2. Okay, so E1 is both are red, E2 is both are kings. Okay. Srimati, how many kings, red card, in red cards, how many kings are there? Reply for this. How in red cards, how many kings are there? 2. So you are going to select 2 cards. So 2C2, it is 1. Totally you have 2 kings in red cards and you are going to select 2 cards. So 2C2. It's so direct, right? Now you got it or not? Total possibility is 2 and you are going to select 2 cards. So 2C2 is 1. Okay. I hope you understood. Okay. And in probability, this problem is very effective. Um, many times these kind of problems can be asked. We are going to see it now. Okay. Replacements. Replacements. This please note this. Replaced, are replaced or are not replaced. So first I read the question fully and you can answer. From a bag containing 8 green and 5 red balls, 3 are drawn one after the other. The probability of all the 3 balls being green if the balls are replaced before the next ball pick. Please see. So you have to pick 3 balls, but after picking the first ball, you are again putting it in the same bag. So if the balls are replaced. So first you have 13 balls. So you have to choose green ball. So first time the possibility is 8 by 13. Next time you again put the uh, ball in the bag. So again there are 13 balls. You have to choose green. So same possibility 8 by 13. Again you are replacing it. So same 8 by 13. For all the 3 times it is 8 by 13. So I have told the answer, that is 8 by 13 cube. You can find it. So the concept is this. Okay, clear with this problem? Replaced before the next ball pick. These are simple, you can directly write, but you have to do some mathematical calculations here. Okay, others clear? Only one reply I am seeing. Others, are you able to understand this problem? Okay, okay. So, same problem with a small change if the balls are not replaced before the next ball pick. So, you will have 3 fractions here again, but the numbers in the numerator and denominator will same. Same 3 fractions you will get, but it's not same in the 3 cases because the balls are not replaced. So first time you will have 8 by 13, but the second time and third time it will not be so. Find the answer and tell me. You need not compute fully, at least give me those 3 fractions in multiplication. Like this, 8 by 13 into 8 by 13 into 8 by 13. Like this, what will be the answer for this? First time only you will get 8 by 13. Next time the ball is not replaced. No, I think someone has sent me with a small mistake. Not 7 by 13, 6 by 13. No. Okay, Srimati, Kriti, Mohsin Ali. Okay, okay, okay. Many correct answer. The mistake with Harsha's answer is that after taking each ball, the bag also will have 1 ball less. So there are 13 balls first. The possibility of getting green ball is 8. Clear? Next time you will have only 12 balls because you are not replacing it. So you will have only 12 balls and the green balls will be just 7. And the third time there are only 11 balls and the green balls number is 6. Clear? Okay, lot of correct answers. Good, good. Okay, okay. I think that's all I have for probability. Any doubts in probability problems? Few more different problems can be asked with the same cards, dice, coins, or like contradictions. You have to apply the same concepts. Okay. There are a lot of question sets available, lot of books available. You try to practice them, okay, so that you can solve within time. Time plays a major role, guys. Please do consider also. Okay. Okay. Now area and volume. In area and volume, there are few formulas, but I haven't added all. only for cuboid and cube I have added here. So I recommend you to search online or any books for formulas for cuboid, cube, cone, cylinder, sphere, hemisphere. So, sir, for volume and surface area, you have to know the formulas of these. I repeat: cuboid, cube, cone, sphere, hemisphere, cylinder. You have to know the formulas for this, and I have just two problems in this. Okay, we shall see. Okay, a right triangle with 3 centimeter, 4 centimeter, and 5 centimeter is rotated the side of 3 centimeter to form a cone. The volume of the cone so formed is. So I will tell first the formula for volume of the cone: 1 by 3 pi r square h. So radius, which side is rotated? The side of 3 centimeter is rotated. So what will be the radius? 3 centimeter will be the radius of the cone. So then you have to find 4 is the height or 5 is the height. So for that you have to first draw this triangle with the 3, 4, 5. Obviously 5 will become the hypotenuse side by Pythagoras theorem. So 4 will be the height. So 4 is the height, 3 is the radius. 1 by 3 pi r square h. You will get the answer. Yes, Rokini, your answer is correct. Okay. So 3 centimeter, 4 centimeter, 5 centimeter. This is your triangle. You have to rotate it. So the radius of the cone is 3 centimeter. Height will be 4 centimeter. So volume is 1 by 3 pi r square h. Okay. Next. Okay. 66 cubic centimeters of silver is drawn into a wire 1 mm in diameter. The length of the wire in meters will be, I repeat, 66 cubic centimeter of silver is drawn into a wire 1 mm in diameter. The length of the wire in meters will be. Okay. So the volume is 66 cubic centimeter. Assume that it is a very thin cylinder. So the formula will be pi r square h. So pi r square. Diameter is given. You have to find the radius. You have to convert either mm to centimeter or convert both of these into meters, because the question is the length of the wire in meters. So convert centimeters into meter and 1 millimeter to meter. And again diameter is 1 mm. So you have to find radius, and you have to substitute in the formula pi r square h volume. So you have, pi, you will have radius, and height is the length. Here the length of the wire will be the height, and you have the volume. Substituting all these known values, you will get it. Clear? I think it's difficult to solve quickly. I will show you the answer for now, but you try to solve this. So radius 0.5 mm, and in centimeter 1 by 20 centimeter. Then pi r square h equal to volume. Volume is given 66 cubic centimeter. So you can find h easily. So it is in centimeter, but the question is in meter. So you have to convert this. So these kind of problems can be asked. You have to first select the first know the formula for the shapes, and then you have to apply the formulas. But it is direct substitution only. The problem here you will have is you have to map the question into the formula. You have to understand the question and choose which formula can be used for this. So these type of questions can also be asked. Data sufficiency questions can also be asked. That is, what is the volume of 32-meter high cylindrical tank. Two statements are given. The area of its base is 154 meter square. The diameter of the base is 14 meter. Using which of these two statements you can solve it? That is, either statement 1 alone sufficient, 2, 2 alone not sufficient to answer, 1 alone sufficient while 2 alone not sufficient to answer, 2 alone sufficient, either 1 or 2, both 1 and 2 are not sufficient, both 1 and 2 are necessary. So, which is the answer? Can you get it? For cylinder volume of the cylinder pi r square h. In the question, they have given 32 meter high. So, it is the height. So, you need radius. So, from the diameter, you get the radius, or from the area of the base, you can get the radius. So, it is either 1 or 2, and the answer is option C. Clear? That's all for today because I haven't prepared much problems because I first opted for probability first, but I think formulas will be enough for area and volume. You try to read those formulas and try few problems. Any question you want to repeat from probability or in area and volume, those three problems, or any concept or any formula in probability, or if you have any questions. And one more thing I repeat, please do read circular permutation and circular combination. It will give n minus 1 factorial, one formula is there, and another formula n minus 1 factorial by 2. So two different formulas, read that, understand it, how it is, why is it so. So please do read circular permutation and combination. That's all for today. Any other question? Thank you, Mohsin Ali. Any other questions from others, or is it okay? Clear? I again repeat, please do practice. Thank you. Attendance form is here. Please fill within 11:17. I repeat, before 11:17, try to fill. Otherwise, you will not be able to fill.